Hi, party people. I'm Sandra. I'm your person who reminds you of the beauty of life. I share happy stories. I share about the joys of life. I share beautiful stories that happened. And I'm here to remind you of the beauty that you are. And I'm here to remind you. Sorry about that sound. I was just holding a chicken, I wanted to say. It's a pillow. Why did I want to say chicken? I don't know. I realized today earlier that there's a rooster in my neighborhood. And with my neighborhood, I mean I'm here in Thailand currently, and so I'm staying at this bungalow, and it's the best place I've ever stayed in, honestly, because I never in my whole life had enough money to afford something like this. And I mean, I have stayed in beautiful places before, but when I have in the past, it was not because I earned the money myself, but this time I actually earned this money myself. And even the phone is like, whoa. And I'm just the happiest person alive. I think I'm the happiest person alive these days, and I just want to share the joy because I actually had this conversation with my friend earlier, and that's also what sparked the idea of this video, because I truly think it needs to be out there. It needs to be We need to be reminded of this very fact that joy goes a long way, right? So joy is such a beautiful, expansive energy that is just, it literally like lights up darkness, it lightens density. And when we experience joy, it needs to be shared, because the more we share it, the more ripple effect it will have. And it's just like with any other energy, right? Like the energy that we carry around with us, the way we go through the day, it always will have an effect on other people. If we go around and are miserable, then other people will pick up on that too. And it's just how it works, right? And that's not to like shame anyone who's like going through hard things and like, oh, please don't go out or anything like that. But most likely you don't want to go out in the state anyway, because I'm speaking from experience. But uh like this is just stuff, like, I mean, I don't need to explain this shit to you, right? Like, you see a miserable person, that miserable person is going to spread their miserability, their being miserable, onto other people simply by the energy that they are carrying as they do that. And I mean, that's normal, that's human. But that's why, uh when we have joy, why wouldn't we want to share it, right? Why wouldn't we want to put it out there in the world? Because joy goes such a long way. And because my friend was like, and it is so beautiful, because I used to be so careful with sharing my joy, and also I didn't really experience a lot of joy. But whenever I did, I would not share it all that much, because, and it was very subconscious thing, right? I wasn't doing that on purpose. I wasn't like, oh, I'm joyful now, I'm not gonna share it. No, I just, when I was going through successes, I personal successes, I just wouldn't share them, because what I learned from childhood, from growing up, is that if you share your successes, your joy, you actually will be a bully. Or like, people are not going to be actually happy for you, but they will be jealous. They will actually deny you that success, or they will they will not treat it as something big. They just wouldn't celebrate you. And so I learned that my accomplishments didn't mean anything. And also, if I had an accomplishment, that if I was to share that, then people would be like, rather what's the right word about that for that? um Looking down on it, and that is really painful. So I learned to just not be proud of myself. I learned to not share my joy. I learned to not share my successes, and I would just also, like, everything that I was actually like in my life, I had like major successes, but I wouldn't even see them like that. I'd be like, not to me, they were kind of meaningless. To me, it was more like, oh, thank God this project is over, because I didn't even want to do that, or whatever. But and I just always had this thing like, well, it's for nothing anyway. Like, I'm doing this thing, but what's the point? Like, I'm putting so much work in this, but what's the point of it? Like, I mean, no one's gonna be happy for me, and I wasn't even happy for myself. So yeah, it's tragic stuff, right? So thankfully this has changed, and I have also learned through the help of my friend, that because I wrote a book. I fucking wrote a book, which is insane. And because what you have to know about me is that I used to be in addiction for 20 years. And I've been through some shit. Let's put it like this. And so to like actually write a book by myself, like self-publish it, and uh just the very fact that I put myself out there, and also just simply that I actually finished it, because I have what people call ADHD, right? I'm neurodivergent, and to work by myself and to like get stuff done without like medication or without support from anyone, I it's just such a big accomplishment for me, and I'm so proud of what I have produced. Like, I fucking love it. I'm really proud. But it's so funny because so my friend ordered a copy of my book, and it arrived, and then at her place, and I was like, it was so interesting because still, despite me being like super excited about the fact that I actually wrote a book and all that, like, I could only see the flaws. Like, she took a picture of it because I don't have a copy myself, because before I left to Thailand, I wanted to, like, I finished it, but the upload and everything took too long, so I wasn't able to get my own copy before I actually published it, which is wild. But so I don't even have my own copy of my own book, and now I'm in Thailand, so it's like on an island, so it's not like easy to get. And so I don't have my own copy just yet, but I know like my own copy will come to me in the perfect time. But so my friend took a picture of it and was like, and the cover is like off, like the cover is not right in the middle, which pisses me the fuck off. And so I like look at this, and because I spent so much time crafting it in a perfect way, right? And this is where the whole perfectionism thing comes in again. Um, but like, and to just see it then in like printed, but like not in the middle. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? And it's like so fucking annoying, and it pisses me the fuck off. But in any case, she had a short joy. She had a joy. It's also okay to be angry. Okay, it's also okay to experience feelings of anger. Like, all emotions are okay. Okay, we want to experience all emotions. If people come, like when people come to me and ask me like how to be happy and all that, one of the biggest things that you have to do for yourself is to allow yourself to feel whatever the fuck you want to feel. And if it's anger, let there be anger, okay? Because you it means that you carry some anger with you. And if that anger is within you, then it needs to come out, because why would we want to keep carrying this anger with us? Like, let's just not do that. Let's not deny ourselves how we feel. And that is like one of the biggest reasons why I was in addiction, because I didn't allow myself to feel what was present, because I always thought that certain things are not allowed, certain things you're not supposed to feel, something like anger. And I think it's a very big issue in our society that many people don't allow themselves to feel hard emotions like anger and grief and sadness and disappointment and betrayal and uh, fear of fucking dying and fear of being abandoned, and like all of these things that they still carry with them from childhood traumas and stuff like that. And so that's the fucking problem, because people walk around with all of these unprocessed emotions, and that just like cause havoc in their lives, and that makes it so they cannot have the actual experience of the life that I wish to have, because they have this subconscious chaotic energy with them, right? So do feel what's present, and I currently go through experience of like anger because my book cover isn't perfect, right? But that's the thing, like I have to learn as well. It's just, I was sharing with my friend about how, because right now I'm working on the Kindle version, and how, I definitely have this thing of perfectionism that is also very much hindering to progress in life and moving along, and just, yeah, evolving. I mean, we're always evolving, right? But to actually being able to see your progress is to actually allow yourself to make mistakes and to not do things perfectly, and just be okay with something that is good enough, right? Like, people who have perfectionism going on a lot of times carry this wounding that nothing they do is good enough, and that again comes from childhood, for the most part, in my case anyway, where I was never praised for doing anything right, but I would, on the other hand, I would always be, and like, when I say always, right, I mean, if that's, it's not that uh what's the word, complete, no, it's like I mean, I'm sure there were times of praise, right? But for the most part, it was like this, absolute was the word I was looking for, right? So for the most part, there was no praising, no feedback about doing something right in life. The only feedback that I would receive was when I fucked things up or made mistakes. And a lot of times it wasn't even like major mistakes, right? Just like small things that are just natural, normal for a human being, for a child to make. And so I learned that I had to do things perfectly, or else I would get in trouble, I would get punished. And that makes you a very scared person, because you always go through life thinking, shit, like danger's around the corner at all times, because you never know if you've been good enough for this person, which were your parents, right? Like, because you could never do anything right. So you would sit with something, and that's also how overthinkers come to be. You would sit with something for like ages, because you really, really wanted to make sure that it's not going to be wrong, that it's not gonna make other people do certain things, feel a certain way, because you were on the receiving end of their anger if it wasn't to their standards, or uh, something like that. So that's, I think, also very much ingrained in many, many people, and they aren't even aware of that. And that's why it's so hard to actually sometimes finish things. That's why people procrastinate a lot, because you're so scared that the end product is not going to be up to your expectations that you actually inherited from other people. And sometimes what I've learned through writing this book, the whole thing is about like just fucking doing it, and even if it's not perfect, and even if it's not uh yeah, if it's not, yeah, if it's not perfect. And I also, like, I found, after going through this like so many times, I I still would find, after already having published it, I would still find like mistakes. Like, after having published it, I'm like, there's literally, there's a letter missing, and then and like stuff like that. And I was like, how the fuck could I miss this when I looked over this like 100 million times, right? And it's so, and then there's just certain things that I didn't think about, which, because there were so many other things I needed to think about, right? And so, but it's okay. Like, it's just like, this is what I'm learning through this process, is that it's fucking okay to just not be perfect, because at the end of the day, it's not about that. Because who the fuck is perfect, like, right? Like, what's perfect? And I self-published a book, okay? I've never done anything like this. I never written a book before. It's a poetry collection about the darkest time of my life, like how I actually moved through the all of this pain of being an addiction and being a scapegoat child of the family and all that. And so I just, the very fact that I did this thing, as I was saying at the beginning of this video, is like, it's so fucking major that I actually produced this thing. And there is like this voice in my head that immediately wants to come in and be like, well, so many people do this, right? There's so many people who self-publish a book. Like, why is that even an achievement? Like, this like nasty voice that's just trying to like dim your light, that's trying to tell you it's not that much of a big deal. But this is the thing, we have to stop comparing ourselves to other people. Everyone's journey is so fucking different, and if you know that what you have accomplished is a beautiful, magical thing, if you're so proud of what you have produced because you put so much love in it and it's so much importance to you, and it is just a beautiful thing that you actually did this one thing, whatever it may be, then who the fuck cares what other people do? Well, in general, don't give a shit anymore what other people do, right? Because what's the fucking point in that? Uh, it's just like we literally take our own joy away by comparing ourselves to other people. Because that's the thing, like, if I do this thing, then, so let's say I self-published this book that is like off center and has some spelling mistakes. That's the other thing, I wrote a poetry book in English. English is not my first language. I mean, there probably will be some mistakes. Also, I had no one to proofread it, right? So it was me by myself. And so that is a fucking major accomplishment. But let's say like I did that, and then but then there's an author who has already published like 5 books. And so if I were to compare myself with that person, then yes, to make some mistakes in the fucking cover or whatever, then that would be a little bit like, it would be a different scenario, because that person has done this many times before, right? Like, and it's just like, why do we compare ourselves to only the people who are better at things than us in certain regard? Like, what's the point in that? Like, why would I compare myself to a person that has made this huge career in finance, and I'm like, well, I don't have a career in finance. Yeah, exactly. But does that make me a loser? Does that make me feel be like less than? No, it just makes me a person that has another career path. You know what I mean? Or if like people achieve all these wonderful, amazing accomplishments in like sports activities, right? And like win gold medals at the Olympics. Would you compare yourself, you sitting on the sofa, never having done this sport before, and you're like, oh man, like I feel so shit about myself because I'm not winning this gold medal? No, like it's just like not. It doesn't make sense, right? But it's the same. I mean, these are obviously like extreme examples, but like uh every person is so different. Like, every person is so fucking unique. Like, every journey is so unique. Every person has such different energies around them. You know, you are born and you have a certain energy about you based on the lifetimes you lived before, or whatever the fuck. You just like this one piece, you are this one spark of God. And then there's like millions, billions of other sparks of God that live in completely different countries and in another side of the world and in a different completely circumstances. Why would we even like compare ourselves with anyone? Because we are all so fucking different and unique, and no path is the one perfect path. But your path is your perfect path. Your unique path that you want to go is the perfect path for you. And whatever that, like, and that is definitely going to be different than the path of other people, because other people's paths are different, right? So I mean, duh, just think about just the absurdity of comparing yourself to other people. It's just like so stupid. You are not stupid though, obviously. Like, you're fucking highly intelligent and you're super smart, and you can achieve whatever the fuck in your life, and just stop comparing yourself to others, because it literally takes away all the joy. And I think that's why my life was so without joy in it, because I compared myself so much and I would always get away as the loser because I would compare myself to just like all these other people's lives that just were completely not the life that I'm meant to live. And so, uh, yeah, but anyway, I can't even remember why, like, what the point of this video was specifically, but I think well, I know it was about sharing the joy and sharing the beautiful experience of life. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna stop talking now because I always feel like as soon as like goes over 20 minutes, people are just like the attention span of people these days anyway is just wild. Anyway, I'm sending you so much love. I hope you got something out of this video. Remember to share the joy and I say buy my book. Okay. If you actually want to buy my book, you can. It's on Amazon and it's in my link in my description of YouTube. So yeah, and also so today I'm finishing my Kindle version, and so I'm gonna upload the Kindle version now. No, not now, later, because I still have to finish it, but then I will upload it. So you can get the Kindle too, which would be so wonderful. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for being here. And if you want to follow my channel, please do, because I will be sharing the joy, I will be sharing the beauty of life, the wonderful experiences. And again, like I'm here in Thailand right now, and I just asked if I can extend my stay in this place that I'm currently staying in, because I just love it here so much, and I, for the first time in my life, can afford it, and it just like makes me so fucking happy. I'm so proud of myself, and I have a gym here and went to the gym the last few days, and I finally can go into the pool again or into the ocean because my wound has healed because I had an accident, and now I can actually enjoy the waters of the world again. Because I no longer have an abrasion wound. Okay. I'm sending you so much love again, once again. Yes, I will shut up now. And also, yes, I have not brushed my hair today, but who cares? Okay. Love, love, love. Till next time. Bye. Okay, guys, I just had to come back, and because I just recorded the video about sharing the joy earlier, right? And now I have received some amazing news, and so I was like, oh my god, I want to share it. So I'm just going to edit on this at the end of this video. So I told you I had asked the people here if I could extend my stay, and I can. I was so excited, and I had already looked on booking.com, not sponsored. But sponsor me, Booking. Fuck yeah. That you know what? I'm locking that in. I right now decide that a Booking is going to sponsor me. Okay, I'll be back. Like, I will refer to this video once it happened. I mean, it's already happened because I decided that that's what's going to be, and whatever you decide what will happen in your life will be. So I'm gonna keep you updated on that one. But basically, it's not only that. So right, so I had looked at Booking because I was supposed to check out here in 2 days. So I was thinking, okay, well, just check my options and stuff. And so and online it says this place is available, but there is a certain price for it. And I was like, okay, so they have the spot available for this price, right? So to me, it wasn't a surprise really that she said, yeah, we have the spot available, because I texted the office, right? And because that's so cool here, like everyone's just like WhatsApping. But yeah, so then she texts me, yes, we can extend your stay, which again, I already knew because it's already felt true because I already decided that I wanted to be here and whatever, I always get what I want, right? And so, but also the price she gives me is like less than, yeah, it's like really like way less than it's on Booking. So it's such a blessing. And the funny thing is, because the place I'm in right now, like this studio, I was upgraded because I had booked something online or Booking, and then I was upgraded. When I got there, she was like, yeah, we upgraded you. I was like, I know, because I always get upgraded. Like, to me, being upgraded is no surprise. I always get upgraded. But then, like, she texts me saying, you can stay in this exact thing. So it's like an upgrade, right? You can stay in your upgrade, basically, but for less money. And I'm like, yeah, love. So I'm super excited about that. And I just wanted to share that with you because I'm joyful. And so, anyway, now I'm going to actually take care of my Kindle. So I wish you the most beautiful, the most amazing day. I wish you all the upgrades. I wish you the remembrance that you deserve the best fucking thing in life. No matter what you have done in your life, you deserve everything and more, okay? You have to forgive yourself. You have to put yourself first. That is the most important thing. You have to put yourself first. And once you put yourself first, once you stop abandoning yourself, that's when your life will change, and that's when all the beautiful things will happen for you, and that's when you can also share it with the world and therefore make the world a better place, okay? So forgive yourself, okay? And be joyful. Remember the beauty of life. Remember all the good things will happen for you. Okay, and again, I will update you on the whole Booking sponsorship. I love you guys.